instrumental in helping the students research the appropriate topics. She maintains a library website so that my students can access information easily. She updates these sites on a regular basis and streamlines the research process so that the students are pointed to the most appropriate sites. Mrs. Lester compiles our books and reference books onto a cart that I can take and utilize into my classroom instruction and research process. Mrs. Lester also provides my students with the steps for correctly citing a variety of resources for their projects.
She's helped me locate many resources that I can use with my students to help them meet curriculum requirements. She's made personal trips to libraries and has trained me on how to use the databases to which Howell has subscribed. I've been teaching Reading Destinations this year. It's a reading-based class that is a core support of social studies. It's concurrent with 8th grade social studies curriculum. And I started the year with no resources. Mrs. Lester has helped me put together a pretty impressive file of resources that I've used to actually design, I think, a pretty impressive curriculum.
I've done some pretty intensive projects on alternative energy and global warming, and Kathy Lester has helped me identify resources. She showed students how to use them, how to find them. She's pulled articles for us, magazines, books, bookmarked internet articles, and she's gone so far as she helps the students with their presentation.
She shares resources with us, up-to-date resources, and is always a direct link for us with our classroom projects, able to send students to her, and really is a resource for whatever we're doing in the classroom.
Mrs. Lester took over the annual writing contest at Three Fires Middle School, which is a very important project we do here every year with our partnership with Citizens Insurance. This is a great thing for kids. They get their work published and they win prizes for winning in their writing contests.
We've been able to receive grants for 3 pieces of equipment that we've been able to add to Three Fires. So we have, through the help of Kathy Lester, through her diligence in helping get these grants written and presented and granted, we have a lot of extra resources here at Three Fires.
Kathy created a Media Center webpage for us called Great Lakes Media Center. This site has an array of information for students and teachers and parents to use and access from home, as well as here at school. So this, the whole webpage is just amazing.
She's gotten new computers into the library. She's done teacher trainings on United Streaming and smart boards and little mini sessions for teachers so that we've gotten one-on-one training that's totally the most valuable thing that you could ever experience.
The librarian offers my students an opportunity to engage in multimedia exploration. Mrs. Lester has consistently been available to instruct my students in a variety of multimedia that enhances their research and their presentations. She has been instrumental in their use of instructional technology, such as videotaping creative programs, utilizing editing expertise, and in addition to that, incorporating specialty programs such as Audacity. Without her, none of these programs would be available to my students.
For example, taping debates, she teaches them how to use the equipment. PowerPoint presentations, a lot of the kids use, they like to include little video clips that really put a lot of pizzazz into the presentation and animation. The kids just love doing this, and she's really good at showing them, very patient with them, shows them how to use this.
Kathy is always bringing us new technology and is willing to teach us how to use that technology.
She trains teachers for new equipment that comes in, but not only that, she writes grants to get the latest technology equipment for teachers and students.
The librarian is the person my students seek out to help find books of interest, the latest novels, and reference materials for research.
As a reading apprentice teacher, she tests my students for reading levels. She helps me find books. She helps the students find books that are appropriate for them, helps me understand the results.
The information that she knows about books and the love that she can produce into reading for kids just cannot be put into words. I can't.
in charge of the Media Center doesn't just mean ordering and monitoring books for checkout. It's 1,000 times more than that. I can only speak for what I've seen Kathy Lester do in the past 8 years here at Three Fires. The district has had severe cuts in the past, and this is one area that cannot be cut at all.
It's pretty difficult for me to sum up how valuable and important our media specialists are, especially Kathy Lester, who's been at Three Fires since we opened. Kathy Lester and the media specialists of our district are amazing people, and they are people that we cannot be without. So if you have to make cuts, you're going to have to find cuts somewhere else, because we can't lose them.
And I just want to tell you that I, as well as my students, we use the librarian, Kathy Lester, and the library resources extensively. She's just always there, always forwarding things, the latest and greatest in curriculum, movies, contests, articles, you name it, she does it for us. So I would be absolutely lost without Kathy.
Eliminating our media specialist will eliminate a valuable resource, instructor, manager, researcher, and educator in our educational community.
And lastly, one last statement, Mrs. Lester's contributions to Three Fires Middle School are great, and eliminating her position would directly, negatively impact student learning. Thank you.